understands. Shit's too complicated. Away, and I feel like I am someone.
What's going on, guys? This is Lunar Talk. I'm here with Bajamsi, the owner of Lunar Gaming. Say hello, Bajamsi.
What's up? What's up?
And I'm also here with Clips. This is also another content creator and big
this all up on
creator
screen.
in Lunar Gaming. Also has coached me. I'm a player for Lunar Gaming and Lunar Nation. Lunar Talk's pretty much going to be a podcast pretty much based on CDL topics and how we are going to be comparing them. We just got done with a great weekend of matches. Let's get right into the debates. The first debate that I would like to talk about is, let's recap. Optic wins Major 1. Optic winning their major, meaning the old Optic could potentially be back. Are we seeing vintage Scump at this point in time? I'm going to have a 10-minute timer. It is going to start right now.
Jay,
Josh,
Who
you
would
wanna
like
go
to go
first,
first?
or
I mean, I could take this. Like,
you can go first?
I'll go first. Like, I mean, with Optic going, okay, let's be real. With Optic actually winning this major, no one thought they were gonna win a major. I mean, besides maybe you, okay, maybe you, okay. But listen, not like very handful of people like really thought they were gonna actually win a major. The way I said that was very weird, but everybody knows what I mean by when I say like no one expected them to win this one. At least from my perspective. The way that Optic has played in these first two, where yeah, they were game fives, but I was worrying as an actual Optic fan just because I'm like, okay, is this team going to have the same issues that we ran into the last 3 years, or is it going to be a little bit different, you know? So when you get down to them winning their major, I think this was one of the most impressive ones, especially from Scump's side. I think we have the Scump of old. I think Shotzi is by far probably in an MVP category, like you said last week, to touch on that. But Illy is the big part of this. Let's be real. This man has stepped
100%.
up. Dashi
100%.
Dashi has completely taken over as probably being the best AR in the game at this current moment.
I would almost go as far as say comeback player of the year.
No, I wouldn't go comeback player of the year because the year just started. But like as of like an AR, true AR, he went to the lab and did some crazy work. I don't know. Man did some crazy stuff. I think the biggest shock is the fact that London made it as far as I even said they were going to go, to the finals. Well, not to the finals, but almost to the finals. Let's be real. Like, no one in their right mind besides me saw London going as far as they did. And the only people I could see that can dethrone them right now is maybe Thieves, Optic definitely, and FaZe. So
I mean, I agree with London. I mean, they've been looking really strong this year. They came out of this, they 3-0'd LET with a sub based on the matches we saw on Saturday, and they also 3-1 very bad New York team. So definitely huge improvements out of them. I think they're definitely a team in the league to look out for. 100%. I'd say almost top 2, if not top 3, in the game right now.
So, but either way, Jay, I know that you completely probably disagree with that take, though. But for real, Optic probably is the best team in the game. I would say yes right now, but by a slight margin.
All right, Jay, let's see what you got to say about this topic.
All right. Well, like we've been talking about so far for the past few weeks, months even, this is a totally different team, Josh, and I've told you numerous times that they'll be fine. Just give them time. They'll be fine. Just give them time. And look what happens. They win their own major, like I predicted it. The same score that I predicted, 5-2. It wasn't against the team that I predicted them beating, but I had the score 5-2. They look very, very well prepared in their hard points. People were saying FaZe was the best respawn in the game coming into the major. They didn't drop they dropped one respawn to them all weekend and it was their best respawn too at that. So
And then after that, they banned that in the championship match. They banned Bocage in the championship match on purpose, knowing that they could even ban.
it's like it's a totally different team now, Josh. Like It's not the Optic of old where they were just going in, bodying people, just natural talent overtaking games. This is a team that's gonna grind, that's gonna work out kinks, that's gonna go back and do VOD review. They're not gonna make too many mistakes. This is a totally different team. They inherited a totally different culture in Envy, who also has 2 world championships. So like they they, they inherited a winning culture now. So you can't really go and say, you know, that
I
you're gonna
wouldn't.
be worried about
I'm
them.
sorry to cut you off, but I wouldn't say they inherited a winning culture. These are both winning culture
Oh yeah,
organizations
they
that
merged together under
both
the
have brought
Optic.
championships. Both have brought
Yeah,
championships, world championships, mini championship. Optic with the most championships. Also, Envy with more world championships than Optic. Or I think they're tied, right?
they
Two and
have
two.
two.
Each have two.
Optic has 1 world.
I'm
Well, I
counting
mean,
XP. Counting
if you
XP.
count XP, then yeah, 2 and 2.
I mean, it's the one thing that I like what you said, Jay, was this is a new Optic. Like, this isn't. I would say for our time being though, like, yes, this is like old Optic. We're expecting to see them win. We're expecting to see them do all this and all that. But this is a different culture. This is a different Optic that we have not seen before, and this is a different team. Like, this is Illy, in my opinion, is the main guy that has really upped the ante. Like,
So
I
do
never
you
really.
still agree then with what we said last week, Jay? They win 2 majors, or do you see them winning more? Then do you change your answer? Because I still only see them winning 2 of the majors. I can see them winning
I
3
mean,
if you
I
include
said they,
champs.
I said I had them winning the last one. I don't know if they'll win. I don't know. We have to see. We have to see how they
Because
keep playing.
if any, I'll put G Fuel on it that they'll only win 2.
Well, I mean, like I was gonna say, as of right now, Optic is the best team. Lucas, you play the game, so you know how day to day this COD is.
It is extremely
Um,
day-to-day. Most day-to-day COD we've
so
seen in years, if ever.
so and this is the most competitive the COD League has been. So I mean, I'm just gonna go and say that they're the best team in the game right now. I don't know if they will win another major, considering how fans are now able to come full force at majors. So I know the Minnesota, next one that's coming up, that major is gonna be crazy.
They're coming full force.
Toronto's major is gonna be crazy, and then we all know that New York's major is gonna be crazy. Even if they're down in the dumps, they're gonna come, full force for them. So I don't know if they'll win another major. I mean, if you're counting champs as major, I have them winning champs. So I mean, 2, I guess, yeah, 2,
I say 2, and I count
yeah,
this,
2.
and I count champs.
I
Yeah.
can see them winning champs. I really can. They keep the same energy. If they put as much work as they're putting in from now on until the end of the year, they're going to win a championship. And I know I'm just like award points. I don't even know if I can even award points. I'm gonna give both you all a point because let me tell you right now, both y'all
If you
make
don't agree,
really
you
good.
get both points.
That's what I'm saying. No, it's not that I don't agree with either of you all. I agree with both of you all on this because I agree Jay's side. This is a different Optic. I agree on your side. This is vintage scump that we're seeing, and this is like Tom Brady at the fucking Tampa
But
Bay
is
now.
this vintage Scump, or is this
Th-
now Scump having a duo that he doesn't have to, be the main
but
sub
this is
on
the
the
thing.
team?
He's still doing main sub things in this
Oh
game.
yeah,
In this game,
I still
doesn't
think it's what
really-
I said. I think it goes back to what I reiterated last week on how I felt. And it's a whole thing of how, as I brought with the analogy with Micah Parsons coming to the Dallas Cowboys, it reignited DeMarcus Lawrence to be the vintage DeMarcus Lawrence, getting those 5 sacks. It literally, Shotzi is that for Scump.
I mean, they definitely play off each other very well. They're definitely the two that, like, I'd say him and Shotzi go out until the
I think
Scump
Scump
retires.
just knows he needs to keep up with Shotzi if they're going to win.
I think he is. I think he's really performing really well. And I mean,
I think he's
vintage
doing that.
Scump. Let's just define vintage Scump, because we only have a minute 30 left on this topic. Vintage Scump is yelling, playing fast. He's in the flow all the time. He's a hard kill on the map. We're seeing that happen. He got a 4-piece completely 180 on Seattle Surge, and like we just don't see Scump doing that nowadays, and we're seeing him do it now. That he has that's been the first 4 beats I've seen out of Scump in a long time in a competitive game.
I'm sure we've seen it in Cold War.
I'm sure we saw it in Cold War, but not like
Scump. I mean,
Scump looked crap.
We've never seen Scump have a horrible year. Like, yes, there's been disappointed Optic years, but we've never seen Scump have a horrible year. So to say that Shotzi is bringing back vintage Scump, I don't even think that that's the right analogy. Like, I think
I don't think it's the right
Shotzi
analogy. Actually.
enhancing his play. He's bringing back that.
That
Like
drive.
what Rambo said, like the talent never goes away. Like he can come back now and try if he wanted to.
And I mean, I was
But
watching the podcast. This
it's
guy
the-
Rambo is not playing around. This guy
Yeah,
Rambo
it's
he's not here to play
What
around.
would you say real quick?
It's
before
the
we go to the
drive.
next
Him
one?
and Shotzi and Illy are bringing a different drive to Optic, and it's
I
bringing
agree.
out
I want to bring up
different
the next
Scump.
discussion.
Agreed.
I know one of our next topics, and I would go as far as to like debate this. Would you say Rambo is better than Crowder as a coach?
Yes.
It
I
depends
would,
on
personally.
what you're looking for as a player. It depends on what you're looking for as a player, because if you want a discipline, if you want somebody who's gonna discipline you, who's gonna make sure you're doing the right shit, who's gonna
I think that needs to be a debate.
prepare you before the matches,
I'm starting a
then-
10-minute timer for this
then
one
you're gonna
right
want then you're gonna want Rambo. But if you want a guy who's gonna let the game flow, who's gonna let you do what you do what you do best, who's gonna hype you up, who's gonna tell you that you're the best in the game no matter the outcome, then you're gonna want Crowder. Like it's
now. Good cop. It's kind of like a
two
good cop, bad
different-
cop type
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Well,
Rambo's
th-
gonna tell you how the fuck it is.
Well, this
And
even
then-
goes into our next discussion, which is why our phase the villain, a phase like I don't even know how it's worded. Our phase being a villain's in COD a good thing, like or them being this bad boy role. Like I feel like Crowder can easily own that with them if they really wanted to lean into it. Because let's
yeah,
be
like,
real,
the
they're
question-
damn near every single final they're in is every single one. Like,
mean-
which final have they not been in the last 2 years?
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and just reset the question fully, just so we can get everything out of the way. Like, do you think FaZe needs to play into the villain role, or do you think if they are that villain role, can you see them being a villain and it going well for them? Like, can you see like Simp embracing it, and can you see Abeezy and all them
Simp
embracing this
I
role?
can see them easily embracing it. Why would they not? Like,
I mean,
look
let's
at-
be for real. Nobody who's 4'11" is gonna be intimidating.
Yeah, nobody's gonna
So,
be intimidating,
like-
but on the map, they can be intimidating all they can be. Come on.
They can be, but like, come on, like let's be serious. They need to just play COD. They can't. They're not the ones that's gonna be the villain roles. They let too many. They're young players, so they're gonna let a lot of stuff get to them. If you're gonna be a villain, you can't give a fuck about anything, bro. Like you
This
can't.
is-
You can't care. You literally cannot care about what anybody says. Nobody's opinions. I could see Stellium being
that's why- that's why
Someone
I
doesn't
saw
listen
them-
to anybody.
That's why
Like,
I saw them
it
win
technically
championships.
He is a super villain.
Because this
Could
is
you
my
imagine
opinion.
Cell with like a prime Aches? Like that's a super villain combo.
This is the thing. Last year, that's why they won champs. So they kept their head down and they fucking grinded.
Exactly.
This year, I feel like it's a little bit different though. This
They
year,
have-
it's
but they
like
feel like
every
they're
every
pushing
team,
through.
all these roster moves that happened in the offseason was to beat FaZe. Every team was trying to make a team to beat FaZe. And now that they're being tested now, I wouldn't even almost. I would say yes, they're the villain because
they're
they were
already
so
the most.
good.
Let's be real though, they're already the most hated team, guys. Like
They also have a lot of team. They also have a lot of love though.
They have
lot
a
those
lot of
FaZe
love.
fans.
They have a lot
But
of love.
that's been like that for FaZe for a long
It
time.
has.
But this is the most hated FaZe has been around the league.
But this is because that they talk
because they
so
won.
much shit.
But they have
And it's
all
like-
the accolades right now in the CDL, at least just the CDL to back it up.
but the CDL just started. I mean, what you
3
really
years
want to
ago.
count? You really want to count Modern Warfare? Because I can list down their accolades of Modern Warfare.
I mean,
Wasn't
bro,
good. good.
It was,
So
but
if
they're
you
finals.
want to
Every
just
single time is a finals.
okay, and
They
LeBron has
also
been to
lost.
the finals every single time too, and he
And
lost.
he's
Like,
considered the GOAT still.
but he's not considered the GOAT in some
But he
people's
is.
eyes.
But dude, that's
But he's
very
not.
few.
So it's like,
Dude,
so
he's 37, dropping 56 GOAT status.
oh my gosh, and they're still in the ninth seed.
Yeah,
Carry
that's
on.
actually so. Well,
So,
that's
so,
because,
so
that's
what are you
because
talking
Russell,
about,
that's because
bro?
Russell
No, no,
Westbrook
no. It's because he passes up shots at the end of the game, thinking he's making the
It's 'cause he
right
can't
play.
make
And
a
he's
layup.
not.
one
Like,
time,
stop.
man. That was
he
one
can't make a
time.
layup. Let's be
Give him a
real.
break, man.
Stop
The
it,
guy's
bro.
playing
Stop
42 minutes.
Great. He needs
I
to.
can- I
His team
can
is
fucking
trash.
care
But
less.
anyway, bro. Like, if you want to count Modern Warfare, that's fine. They weren't that great in Modern Warfare.
Well, now that
we're
Cold
getting
War,
now
they
that
were
we're
really
getting
good.
into the last 5 minutes of this debate, how do we think they look post-major? Playing Seattle, losing to them 3-2. They lost to Seattle 3-2 in a game 5.
Not that big of a deal.
It's not really that big of a
It's
deal.
not that big of a deal.
You think
FaZe,
this
in my
is like
opinion, FaZe, in my opinion, is still going to be a top 3 team no matter what this year.
They've lost to
I can
Seattle
agree
the
with
last
that.
3 times they played them. It's kind
Yeah.
of a trend now.
Seattle's got their number,
They'll
I'd
be-
say for sure.
They'll be fine.
Because, like, Seattle 3-2'd FaZe, but lost 3-1 to Boston. Like, I'm just not connecting the dots here at all, guys. Like, what do we... Like, I know Boston's a great team. I've got a lot of respect for the guys on that team. I think they know what they're doing over there. But I also feel like on Seattle's side, like, it almost comes back to what Jay said, day-to-day COD. Like,
It's definitely day-to-day COD, but honestly, in this game, the league is so competitive, but it's kind of like from this standpoint to where teams are playing up to their competition and playing down to their competition. So, like, you're gonna see a Seattle, go crazy. Like, Pred was putting so much pressure on the map. Like, his stats weren't great against FaZe in that series, but he was putting so much pressure on the map. It was like hard for FaZe to deal with, and that's why it made the game easier for Sib. It made the game easier for Mac. It made it easier for Accuracy to pick up those kills in important moments, and that's how they were able to beat FaZe. But like, they're too good, man. Like, come on, dude. FaZe is
so
way
Jay, you're
too
saying
good,
you're
bro.
saying that they are playing into this villain role, or are you saying that they're not?
They shouldn't. I
They-
mean, they are. Of course, like,
a lot of
it's
people
clear
think
as
they
day that they
shouldn't.
are,
I
but they
think they should.
shouldn't, dude.
I think they should.
I mean, the COD League needs a villain. It's good for us to have
if
a villain.
anybody's going to
but
be the
it
villain, it
shouldn't
needs
be
to be
them.
them.
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't be them.
It needs to be them. If
Shouldn't be
not
them.
them, then it
Shouldn't
needs
be
to be
them.
New York. It's only the only two because they have hated
But I mean,
players.
New York can't.
New York,
What do you-
New York
Okay,
can't win a fucking hard
let's
point.
stop-
They're
let's stop.
0-13 in hard point now.
We'll get
What
to
are
New
we-
York. I'm pretty sure
what
they're
are we-
one of our
we need to-
topics.
We need to like establish a mindset for everyone because nobody's literally doing it. These players are new. The CDL is new. So are we really going to count the CWL for these players? Because half of these people are new, like Vivid, Awakening, Kleenex. All these dudes are new. So, like,
I mean, for me to like fully say like are FaZe the villains? Like when I think of villains in the Call of Duty scene, I think about FaZe. I'm gonna award Josh this one because I mean I just feel like from all people's standpoint, these are the villains. So Josh, you're up 2-1, going into the next topic now. But I do agree with you. I do agree with you. I do agree with you.
Hot takes. Hot takes.
Now, let's go on to the Paris Legion team, who also just made not only is Tom Gravity on the team now, but also Jimbo. Is this what Paris needed to happen to maybe increase their chances of making more of a statement in this league? And, like, how do you feel about Tom Gravity's impact based on Jimbo's impact? I know we've only seen Jimbo play two series now, I believe. And honestly, and to what I have to say about it is Tom Gravity played well. And he's the player that he should be in the league. He should have been in the league. Jimbo, on the other hand, I understand Ping, but this was probably the worst CDL debut I've seen out of every single player in the CDL. Any takes on that? Josh, Jay?
Jay, I'll let you go first.
yeah, I mean, Gravity is playing really good. I like this Paris team. Temp's one of my favorite players, so I have to like the Paris team. But Jimbo, yeah, he just played bad, dude. We're not even gonna talk about Jimbo. We're not gonna focus too much on Jimbo.
Do you okay? Then what do you?
Gravity.
How about this? I have a hot take then. As far as from Gravity go, we all know this guy's performing amazing. He's playing well. Now at the major, we saw Paris place top 8. So this is definitely a huge change from what they're used to. Top 8, as I know that it doesn't sound like a big change, but that's 4 placements than what they normally higher than normally get at these major lands. And I almost feel like keep Gravity, keep Gravity, Bello, Temp, and John on the roster. Keep that team. Don't change it.
No, because
They
I mean,
looked better. They looked better without him.
did they honestly look better? I mean, they beat a Seattle team who just got mollywopped by Optic. So, like, did they really look better? They look better than New York.
Kevin looked better than you.
I mean, they look better than New York. That's about it. That's honestly all we can really say is they look better than New York.
Well,
Other than that,
let's put one stat out there before you keep on going. They lost to LAG 0-3. Just remember this.
exactly.
Yeah,
like,
but they also almost they got reverse swept today, 3-2 by Minnesota.
That's Minnesota.
because they didn't play well.
Because mainly that series on Jimbo. That reverse sweep's on Jimbo. I'm sorry. That's like literally
Minnesota's literally a 2-3-4 team. So I mean 2-3-5 team. So they're gonna do well in the 3 and 5. You let them steal a hard point like they did in the map 4. They just didn't play well at all. Jimbo 12 and 28, John 18 and 27. Gravity went even, and then Temp went 25 and 19, but they just didn't apply any. It just felt like they didn't apply any pressure on the map. Jimbo's playing a sub role, putting up 1,600 damage. Like,
Unacceptable.
he
He even tweeted out about it. He's
not-
unacceptable.
yeah, like he's not doing enough. Fellow wasn't doing enough, and then Fellow's a flex, so that means you're moving Temp back to the role that he was already doing well at, but you're moving him back to a gun where you don't want him. You want him in that flex role. So, I mean, this change is okay for now because you're not gonna be the worst team in the league. You're showing that you can compete in some matches, but
I'm just
as
gonna have to
far
see
as,
more,
like-
honestly. I'm gonna have to see
as
more.
far as like getting a top 6, top 4 placing at a major, that's absolutely like impossible. That's not happening. Top 8. I mean, you got top 8 by winning one match. So
Now, Josh, what do you think about that? About
So, let me say something about Tom Gravity. Tom Gravity should have been in this league to begin with. The fact is, the man is dropping a 1.01 over the whole season. He's in the top 20, it looks like, out of everybody on this list. Cell is obviously still number 1, but he's above Caps, Gizmo, Sib, Nasty. Like those are some notable names. Artsies, like,
to be fair,
I mean, he hasn't played that many.
but the biggest thing is for them winning. I just don't know. This team has way too many question marks for me. The biggest problem I have is that I think Gravity is the change, but is Jimbo the person that's needed on this team? I personally think Jimbo is not even needed on this team. I think that they were fine with what they had before. I just think personally that Jimbo should have been going to like New York or somewhere else. He does not fit with their play style, in my opinion, especially with John. It's just one of those matchups that
John's more their like methodical player, and then
you put
Paris should have went with Havoc, but
exactly.
I mean,
We'll
they
get to
needed
that,
a
we'll get
sub.
to the challengers
They
a
needed a
little
sub.
later.
They needed a sub.
They needed a sub. You can't really say that Jimbo wasn't a good pickup. I mean,
I definitely know. I think he was a fine pickup, but I
yeah, they
But
needed a
that's the
sub.
thing, though. If Jimbo was the sub that they needed, they would be winning their matches. Let's just be real right here. They would.
Would
be
they
winning.
really?
They
Would
would.
they really?
They would. Let's be real.
Would they really?
They lost to LAG. Come on, LAG's
played-
in my
they
opinion the
They
worst
also
team in the
played
league.
Minnesota. They looked like
Minnesota's
got
going to
potential
stay the
to
dark
me.
horse of the whole fucking league. There is no reason to even ask why Minnesota even went to a fucking game 5 in the first place and had to do a reverse sweep.
Like
Besides, they just do that shit.
this league is like this. Come on, man. This league is fucking competitive, bro. Like, how many times are we gonna say this? LAG beat London, who just beat Thieves. Who, like, come on, these teams are gonna beat teams who beat teams. Paris beat Seattle, who just beat FaZe.
I
So,
think top
like, come
gravity
on,
is the
bro.
change
Like,
they need. I just don't think Jimbo's the change that they need.
but Fellow wasn't the person that they needed to keep. They needed to make a change.
Well, then they keep Fellow or they switched it to Temp, right? Chimp, John, and Gravity and Jimbo, right?
Yes.
Like,
Fellow can't. You want Fellow on a sub? Hell no. So
No.
what do you have to make a change? Jimbo played with Gravity,
So
that was honestly the best pickup. He
I
just
could see
didn't
it.
perform.
I don't know.
Like,
we'll
come
we'll
on,
have to
man.
see, I guess, going forward. My biggest take on it is the fact that yes, Gravity was the change that it needed, but to put their winning ways and to get them to win, I don't know about that. Like, I don't see them.
Only time's
I
gonna
don't
tell
see
them
them
that.
breaking out. I don't
Colt
see them
Havoc
breaking
needs to
out
be
of
in
the
the
top
league.
10. I don't see them breaking up past top 10
At
throughout the
all.
whole season.
At all. No, I don't.
Okay, so
that's a
like
fair statement.
since we're all in agreement here, need more time and everything. We don't see them breaking anything. We need. I want to see more. What now? Like what I want to see from Paris is more roster changes because I just don't feel like this is going to work. They're going to give it time, of course. Probably play with this roster, hopefully throughout major two. I'm hoping to see another team change though, and
Let's
also
not
these challenger
pass
guys
at the
that come
fact
up.
their stats like Hardpoint 4-14, Hurch 5-8, Control 3-7. Like your Hardpoint games is ass. You've only won one on each map. Like
Yeah, they got a hard point win.
Mm-hmm.
They look better than New York. That's the moral of the story.
that is fucking true.
Now, since we're kind of gliding into this topic, I'm gonna move along and I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out here. Let me get my timer set up. Who's going to stand out at the Challengers LAN starting in the next few weeks at Minnesota? I'm just gonna throw it out here. Texas Nation, Havoc, General. They just won their 5th back-to-back.
Yep.
They just won a 5-time Challengers champion. So I would say those guys by far are. I would say they can even beat a Paris and New York at this point. Seeing how they play.
Havoc's the best player in challengers right now, and it's not even close.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even close. He's gonna stand. He's gonna be the one that stands out. If they're gonna be an MVP, he's probably gonna win it. I don't see a team that's gonna beat Texas Nation right now.
I mean, they got Kismet, Mayhem, General, and then they got Bree.
That's a good Brezzy should be on New York.
Let's be real. That team
Brezzy
can
should be
easily
on New York,
just
bro.
go into the league and probably perform better than at least the bottom 2.
Yeah, and then they got Mayhem as a coach. Like, this is a team that we should see in the league at this point. Like, this roster...
We'll see it when the expansion comes.
We'll see.
For sure. I mean, if they stay together.
Guaranteed Hastro and Hex gonna fucking shove out more money and buy another spot.
Just for the culture. Just for the culture.
Just for the culture.
That'd be funny. I could see them doing some shit like that.
Oh,
Or
there's
FaZe
four
pulling out
more
another
spots. Let's buy
bringing-
2 of them. Fuck it, dude.
What if FaZe did bring another spot in? Have FaZe black again? They buy like, what city would they station that one?
And it's the whole thing is this. Like, you can't have
San
the
Diego
same...
FaZe.
This is the
Oh, yeah,
problem.
you
You
can't
can't have 2 teams under the same owner.
San Diego. I mean, you can. You just have to be a
You'd
different.
have to have a
sub.
third entity involved.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
all
what
it
about
was.
Nuke Squad? You see if what if Nuke Squad bought into the league? That'd be kind of dope.
I
branding's
just
pretty
want to see
sick.
Cloud9 back. If I'm being real with you,
I mean, they're alright.
dude, if Cloud9 came into the league, I would be rooting for them. That's my second in command at that point. I don't have to fucking rely on FaZe to fucking be like, okay, here we go, back me up.
And I think
But,
think also is going to stand out. I think
That guy,
Paul X
John.
is going to stand out.
Is Paul X gonna be on a team, or is he gonna get picked up before the challenge?
See, I think Paul.
I think he might. That's why he
What-
wasn't in my top 5 M's right now, because I feel like he should get picked up before the challenge. I don't even think he should be playing in it. Like in 2 games as a sub, he posted stats that no other sub has.
I would
As a
say
sub.
I'd go as far to say
As a
he's
sub
kind of-
though, not as like a new player. Like this is a dude that you brought in, and he knew that he's not gonna be. He's only gonna be here for these 2 matches, and he showed out.
Yeah, and like even heard in his interview, like they were like, I hope this isn't the last time I talk to you all, and he's like, I'm sure a bunch of teams, and he even said he was like, if you all need a team, like I mean, like anyone who wants to pick me up, my inbox is open, like hit me up. Like he's keeping it real and he's keeping his nose ground. He's fucking grinding, doing his shit, and I'm really excited.
Alex on a lot of teams, on a
Oh
lot.
yeah, oh
Easy.
yeah, for sure.
On a lot of it'll
I can see him-
hurt.
I can
It'll
see
hurt
him
making
on,
that debate, but
I see him on LAG. That's the best fit. for me.
LAG. I
That's
could
the
see
best
him
fit.
on Paris. I can see him on
Slasher
Minnesota.
stepped up, so we don't know yet. Maybe Slasher ain't needed to hang it up yet.
I mean, there's just he could have New York. I mean, shit, they fucking had Krim on a sub today.
And look, I mean, he looked okay.
Well, we'll get to New York. But that's
He
gonna
looked
be our long
okay,
debate.
but not enough.
I think it is time for us to switch to the next topic, though, Lucas.
I mean, yes, it is definitely time. I'm gonna go ahead and say, we'll since we're gliding in the next topic, we're gonna say, does Krim either want to drop to NYSL or to win, or is it Clayster, or is it both, or what does NYSL need to do to win?
That'd be something if they drop both of them. Imagine they drop both. That'd be something. But nah. This one's tough because I feel like, you know what? Actually, it's not tough. It's not, because you did it last year. Do it again this year, bro. Just bench Clay. Bring in somebody else. See what happens. And then if it doesn't work out, you can bring him back. Bench Clem. Bring somebody else in. See what happens. I don't know. Like, this team needs something, but one of them gotta go.
I will almost.
His stats are just not there, dude. At
this is
least
the
Crim's
thing,
putting up some kind of number.
This is my only vouch for Clay that I'm gonna have, and I have one more point to make. So Clay, they're playing a lot of Bocage right now, as of recently too. They played Bocage today against Florida. Florida's a great Bocage team, but why are they playing Bocage whenever, like, it just doesn't make... You have two of the smartest players in the game.
It's like they're playing to...
Their weaknesses.
They're playing to Hydra's strengths. Yeah, but they're goats, right? So they feel like they can do anything. They're playing the Hydra's strengths, Hydra and Neptune's strengths. Maybe those two like Bocage, and they feel like they could square up with Florida on Bocage.
I almost feel like Neptune's the problem.
But I mean, we already knew that he wasn't. He was the problem, and he wasn't the solution. Bringing him back, a lot of people wanted him back.
He's dropping .6s in like every match he's played.
Look, I'm just gonna make the point right now. I was gonna wait my turn, but I'm just gonna jump in. Look, let me just say right now, I am a big Clay advocate over here because I personally think this man can lead any team. So let's be real. New York struggled last year. You bring Krim over and you think that's going to solve everything, instead it makes it worse. Eliminate that issue. Put Krim somewhere else. Let Clay have his team back and make it happen. Because easily it could happen just like that. It shows that it's not Clay's the issue. New York was pretty fine last year. Why is it this year now they have all the issues in the world by adding?
They fine last year. I mean, they weren't better than. But they won
a major.
They didn't win a major. What are you talking about?
They made a major. They made
it to the grand finals, and so did Dallas. They both lost.
But no, Dallas won though.
Dallas lost their major.
Yeah, Dallas
didn't win a major last year.
It only phased an Ultra one last year.
Not last year, dude.
Oh,
that's
the year one. Yeah. Year one.
And yeah, they won their own homestand online for New York. That was a completely different roster.
But my thing is the fact that I don't see them getting better unless they get rid of Krim. And you're gonna drop. And the way it's gonna happen is they're gonna drop Clay. Clay's gonna be the one to get dropped before Krim ever will, just because of accolades. But yet they both still have 3 rings at the end of the day.
I mean, I think that
Clay is a better.
His stats are way better.
But I think that's
stats are better, and you can throw him out in AR, you can throw him out of sub. He can play both roles. Imagine Clay on a fucking sub. Clay on a sub.
That's why I think just if you eliminate that issue and bring over somebody else like Paul X that he can fucking teach, that Clay can teach, easy. Krem doesn't teach. Krem expects you to know,
What
and
do
if
you
you don't
mean
know, then you get
Krem
real.
doesn't
I don't think Paul X needs
His
to.
team was
I agree
better
with Paul
than
X coming
Clay's
over.
last year.
I agree with Paul X coming over, Josh, but I don't agree that Krim.
That team's
like,
not going to get better if Paul X comes over.
I think it will be.
I think it will if Paul X comes
It's not
over.
gonna get better.
If
it's
not, then
Paul
it has
X,
to be Diamond
Krim?
Con. Somebody has chemistry over
No,
No, it's not gonna get better if it's a one person. If it's a one person.
It's gonna be a two. They've already
They
done a
need,
one.
they
It
need
didn't
to get
work.
2 people out of there, bro.
It's gonna be Neptune and someone else. Hydra's got that franchise tag. He ain't going nowhere. It's gonna be Neptune and someone else. It's gonna be Clay or Krim too. It's gonna be one of those two. Neptune for sure, and Clay or Krim.
there. All I know is they're probably arguing about it.
Gotta be Clay.
And
His stats are just not good.
they're gonna make Clay, but I personally think that Krim, you brought him over, and there's where the issues then started. That's the way I look at it.
I mean,
And
Clay's still got beef,
I will
though.
vouch for Clay till the end of time, just because the man has been to test the time.
He's been to the test of time, but he won a championship.
He won a championship with the Krim, but like Clayster, he's got that like. How do
And
I
then
not
if
even
you-
describe
if
this
you
guy?
even
throw me
argue-
to
if
the
you
wolves. I'll
even
come back leading the pack. Like literally, he
argue-
fucking did that shit in denial.
Even argue that
You give
he
Clay
did
you give
anything
Clay
for that Black Ops 4 team. I'm gonna smack you.
you give
Simp
Clay
literally came into the league and obliterated everyone.
you give Clay 3 young guns that just have gun skill and no knowledge, he'll fucking turn them into the best team.
This is the problem though. Like you got a
When?
guy.
When has that happened?
Wait. I think this needs to. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this out here as hypothetical. What I think they need to do. Who's that other French player that's like number 1 right now? Who was his name?
Like I've always said, Brezzy should be on this team with Hydra.
Okay, then that's what we need to. That like
But he's a flex.
That's fine. Drop
You-
Krim or Clay, and then drop Neptune, or move Krim to a sub. Put the other guy.
No.
No.
Yes. Yes.
No. Dude,
Yes.
it's either Krim or Clay have to run the main AR, and that's how it has to go. They're not one of the. That's the problem with this team is you have 2 main ARs of flex and a sub.
But
That's
we're all
the-
in
that's
agreement
the
that
whole
Neptune's
problem.
gone.
No, I don't think Neptune's gone. I'm pretty sure
I mean,
Neptune's
you can give him a little bit more time, but he's still not performing.
Yeah, he's still not performing, but I don't think he's gone yet.
But it's time. It's time for Krim or Clay to go,
Yeah.
and I think it should be Clay.
And I say,
you can argue it all you want.
If it does not work,
Krim has been better than Clay for the past.
this is what I will say though: if they drop Clay, and they get even worse than they are now, and there is no improvement, they will drop Krim, and then there is no looking back. Clay will have to stay on that roster.
How worse could they get?
It's only up, exactly. It's only
Yeah,
up.
how much worse could they get?
And
That-
just
that-
lose
I-
worse
I'm
than what they're
gonna-
losing now.
I mean, the whole Krim and Clay debate, like literally, it's a toss up either way. But I mean, I'm going to go with like Jay on this.
Clay gets dropped, Clay's hanging it up.
As he should.
If Krim gets dropped, Krim's getting picked up by another team immediately.
I mean, yes, but like as an organization standpoint, you're not looking at like, oh, they're gonna retire like for the culture.
Somebody's
like,
gonna buy
they
out
don't
his
care
contract.
about the culture. They don't give a fuck
They're
about the
trying
culture.
to win.
They're trying to
bro.
fucking win. They want to win, and that's why I'm giving Jay this point on this because Clayster, like, yes, like I like what you said about how he's not performing. He's not as versatile. Because I agree with you about those points. Josh, like, I just can't see. I can see them dropping Krim, and like, of course, like Krim get picked up. I agree with you on that. But like Clayster, like, I don't know if he will. And
Paul Fatal says Paul and Havoc on subliners replace Clay and Neptune. Make it happen.
Thank you. I love it. I love it.
I
I mean, I'd do Havoc and Brezzy, but I mean, Paul needs to be in the league too. So if they pick up Paul,
Paul
that'd be
needs
cool.
to be in the league. Havoc should have never been out of the league.
I mean, he was on a shitty ass team.
He was in a bad situation.
Okay, no,
Really
he was just in a
was.
bad situation. That team was never completely ass.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But when, Florida hasn't ever been asked.
They just was in a bad situation where he was the weakest link.
But like I said, I'm gonna give that
Paul's
point
in the league.
to Jay on that one. So we're
Paul's
at
a
it.
sub, man. Get him on
I
the
gave
main.
the I gave
Odyssey
the
said Paul's in the league now.
Give him a main spot is what we meant.
What
He
team
needs
is
to
on?
start. He
I'm
needs to
pretty
be
sure
starting.
Is this CDL?
Paul's on the 10-day. He's on the 2-week contract with
Is this
London.
breaking?
But, I
Is
mean,
this breaking news to us? Let's see.
there's no way. I just checked it. There's no way he's on London starting.
No, I'm not. There's no
he's
way.
like-
Gizmo was their Gizmos. They have better chemistry. Like Paul experienced in the interview, like hearing those like European voices come back, like having to readjust that took a day or two, but like he figured it out. But Gizmo's doing this thing.
Is this breaking news though?
It's not. It's not. Not CL and Tun tweeted out. I don't believe it unless Crone tweets it.
I'm
Nah,
looking for it.
He's on. He's on.
He's on the 2 week still. But,
Yeah, he got picked up as a sub.
like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get us into the next topic now.
Yeah, he's still, as of yesterday, he's still a free agent.
So let's just recap our points real quick. Now that we're coming up on our fifth topic, we threw up the
No, he's
challenger
not on
one.
London Odyssey. Not yet.
So I would say that I'm gonna give the points out. I'm gonna say Josh, you're at. Let me think. We did Optic wins major 1.
That's
Josh,
1-1.
I believe you or that
2-1.
was a tie. So 1-1. FaZe being the villains. I gave that to Jay, I believe.
No, you gave that to me.
I'll give that to you. So that's 2-1. And then I gave the only topic we just talked about 2-2. And then the challenger I threw up. So it's 3-3 tied up right now going into our fifth topic. And we're going into Scump versus Krim versus Clay versus Karma. Who is the GOAT of Call of Duty right now?
Jay, I'm taking this off rip because I'm gonna say it now. Our boy Scump over here, bro, is the GOAT of all of Call of Duty. I don't care how many fucking chips Clay or even fucking Clay's only won rings. Karma's only won rings. He's won a lot of fucking shit too. But like, this is my thing, though. When it comes down to both of all these guys, it only comes down to 2: Scump and Krim. Both of them are the most winningest players of all chips and fucking accolades of everything. But Scump did something that no other player has done just yet, and that's won in 10 different titles in Call of Duty. That's like Tom Brady playing on 10 different teams and winning 7 Super Bowls. Like, there is no fucking accolade for that out there. And so, in short, there is no discussion, in my opinion. Like, Scump is the only person. We are seeing a Scump that we've seen in the past who's taken over games by himself. Man dropped a 4-piece in the beginning of a game that had to be restarted and then proceeded to still go off that same map with Shotzi and win the map. So let's not act like Scump is not still in his prime, playing like he's fucking god tier with the best accolades out there, with the most money, almost pretty much. I think he's about to eclipse Krim 6. And this man was on Forbes last year. Come on.
I mean, I almost go as far as say he even has 31 if he
Even on top of this, Krim even is on a losing team with a losing streak right now, and he's trying to figure out how he's even going to come back to this season to compete against Scump. So, I close my argument there, Jay. I'll let you have that floor now.
I mean, yeah, Scump could. It's a good argument that Scump's the GOAT, but I mean, come on, dude. Like, you want to say that? I mean, what are you arguing for Scump? His longevity? He's won 30 times, over 10 titles. Krim still has more.
Krim
still has more championships. So he's done that in less time. Still has more championships. Krim also has won a ring recently in the CDL. He's won both. He has a ring in the CWL, and he has a ring in MLG, and he has a ring in CDL. Yeah. So I mean, nobody's even talking about that. He's the first player to do that too. So I mean, come on, dude. Like, the argument's not even there. If Scump continues to win, and if he wins champs this year, then he'll eclipse Krim. But as of right now, nah, Krim's the GOAT. He's the GOAT right now, dude. This is true. They did get they weren't. I'm not gonna say they got carried. They weren't the best player, but I I mean, a lot of people would
you saw
argue that
too. I was
Krim
about to
was.
say it. I was about to
A lot of
say
people
it.
would argue that Krim was the best player in Ghost. So.
But Fatal's right though. But let's not act like Scump has not literally single-handedly won some of those chips by himself.
Okay, and we can, and then there's people out there, even pros would say that if Karma wasn't on that team, then neither of them would have as many championships as they have.
Well, I mean,
So,
that is an argument, but that was the dynasty. We can't argue the whole dynasty because then you're bringing formal into the equation.
Okay, but that's the thing. If we take out the championships that, like, if we just bring in the championships that Krim won without Karma and Scump, and the championships that Scump won without Krim and Karma, it's not even an argument, bro. Krim's won more. It's the fact. He's won more.
I'm just looking at this whole.
But if Scump wins, all he has to do is win another ring. Like, he doesn't have to win 3 like the rest of them have. If he just wins one more, I'll give him GOAT. But right now, I'm still gonna take Krim.
Man has GOAT status written all over him. I
never said he did. I never said he didn't have GOAT status written on him.
I think it's Krim trying to solidify something that he knows he can't fucking solidify. That's the way I look at it. He was trying to solidify it last year, which he got his ring. Cool. Well, last year with the first one he got his ring.
And also in these recent CDL times, Krim's placings in tournaments have been better than Scump's. So I mean, like, come on, bro. Like, come on. Like, it's just a fact, dude. It's a fact.
I mean, it's a really tough.
It's a tough debate.
It's a tough debate to have. It really is. I mean, I agree with both sides on this. Like, yes.
And I'm a Scump fan. I love Scump.
I know you do. I know this is complete bias. And like, the whole thing is this. Like, I was sitting here. I've been sitting here just listening to you all go back and forth. Krim, he's done that. MLG, CDL, CWL. Clay's done it too. Karma's not done it, and that's why I feel like Karma might be almost. I mean, Karma's done his shit. He's definitely up there in the top.
Karma is going to be known as the first person to go into the esports Hall of Fame when there is one.
He should. As far as like, I'm leaning towards both. I like Scump a lot.
Back a piece.
I like Scump. I like Josh's debate about Scump, saying about how he's
right back.
The GOAT status is more, to me, just as my opinion, based more off championships. Not based on more championships, my bad. Impactfulness of the game and what he's done for it. Scump, to me, is the GOAT right now. Just because everyone's still competing. You can't be the greatest of all time and still be competing. That's my take on it. So, to me, Karma's the GOAT right now. He's the greatest to ever do it. Because he's done. Krim, he's definitely, like, the winningest player of all time. Yes. He is up there.
But that's kind of wishy-washy, because if Krim retired tomorrow, then you'd change your answer. You'd say Krim would be the greatest to ever do it. And then if Scump retired after that, then you say Scump would be the greatest. Like, come on, bro, you can't really say that. I mean,
it's just like I said, like, it's just a toss-up conversation. It's a toss-up between everything.
Conversation. It's a hard conversation. I understand where you're coming from. It's a hard conversation. I'm not trying to sway you or persuade you anything.
No, I know.
Facts. I love Scump. You love Scump. We both want him to be the GOAT. It's just like me and you and Kobe. Like, we both want him to be the GOAT. But it's the fact of the matter is that he hasn't. You can't say that he hasn't done enough. He has done enough. He just hasn't won more than Krim. That's the thing. He just hasn't won more than Krim, and in my opinion, he doesn't need to. The only thing that he's lacking is that second chip. If he gets that second chip, then I mean,
I can agree with that.
He's got to get the second chip, bro. He owes it to Optic. He owes it to Optic and the green wall to get a second chip, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But you said they don't have to prove anything literally like 3 weeks ago.
I mean, they don't.
No, I said that they have to. Scump has to get a second chip for Optic. If Optic never wins another chip, that's fine. as an organization, but Scump needs to
For his
legacy.
career,
For his
yes.
legacy, he needs to.
I mean, I'm not like I'm still just like I'm throwing it up again. Like it's just like it's such like a tough conversation to have. Like I honestly can't even pick a side because yes, Scump's he's been playing for a decade and won 30 chips and 10 different titles. No one ever done that before. Like he
And
But
Krim had the record for most kills in an S&D game, and it just recently got broken like last year or something like that by Insight. So come on, bro. Like Krim has accolades that nobody's talking about.
He still don't have the highest KD overall.
KD is. I mean, that's just this year.
That's not
though. Like,
everything, though, bro.
Listen,
it's hard
Sim
for me to
has
debate
that.
it too because we're
Sim's had
talking
that for the
about
last 2 years.
we're talking about a sub versus an air. Like this Scump versus. We're gonna have this conversation in about.
But Krim's a flex, though. Krim could run both.
I know. Listen though. But in a lot of the Call of Duties, it's been a 2-2 split. There's rare occasions where, besides this game, this is the first game where I've been like, okay, we can pull a third sub out here. You know,
who was running a lot of sub with Seth on those Optic teams?
Krim was. I mean, yeah, that
exactly.
is true.
Krim was running a lot of sub.
But Karma was too, though. That's
Karma was too because they were both flexes. They both switched off.
Oh man,
Scump and Formal are the only two that had actual roles on that team.
Yeah, I mean it's.
So it's like Scump was doing the same shit every day while Krim is switching and doing all. Come on, bro. Like I'm not even about to try and swindle you, bro. But like, come on, dude. Like Krim's the GOAT right now, man. If Scump wins another one, then we can agree that he's the GOAT.
That's your opinion.
Come on, let's be for real.
Let's
really be. Let's not be biased. Let's not be biased. Let's not be haters.
Award the point to me and let's go on.
Let's give Krim his flowers because he'll never get it again. Because this New York team is shit. Let's give him his flowers and let's continue.
How about this? I'm gonna put this question on hold. I'm gonna give it a tie. I want to see how this year goes out. This year is very important for both of these people's legacies. This year's extremely important. Let's just keep it honest. If Krim says in myself it has a losing year, that's gonna hurt.
Do we have one more topic?
It's gonna hurt it.
Or no?
I mean, we have a couple more topics to actually do. What time are we at right now?
It's 53.
Okay, so we got. Is Denver Broncos gonna win the Super Bowl, and is it like Optic super team?
Why is this even a fucking question?
I don't even agree with this question at all. I honestly kind of just want to skip it.
Switch it. But you wanted to switch.
No.
I
didn't say
one.
I didn't say we have to switch it. I said switch the
going to the Super Bowl. There is no debate.
Listen. Let's just keep it on topic. Let's keep it on topic. Let's shut up, okay? Because I want to talk about this LA Thieves team. That's what I'm gonna throw this topic out of my ass, and I want to talk about this LA Thieves team. Are they a top 3? Can you see them being a top 3 team in this game?
They're already a top 3.
I mean, they can, but they're not top 3 right now.
Oh, what? No, they're top 3 right now.
No.
Now.
No.
Easily.
No.
Top 3.
No.
Let me hear both sides then. Jay,
why
do you think?
Optic, London, FaZe. And I'll even go as far as to throw Toronto in front of them right now because Toronto's S&D and control is really good, and Thieves' S&D is not there, dude. It's just not there. But London for sure looks better than them. I mean, come on, FaZe. We're really gonna debate if FaZe is better than Thieves right now. We just seen them at the major get reverse swept by FaZe. And then we know Optic's better than them. So yeah, they're not a top 3 team at this moment. They could be if they fix their S&D, but at this moment, no. They're probably
Josh, explain to me.
Why they are a top 3 team in my opinion is because they don't have to worry about their S&D. They're so fucking good at respawns. They're the same way that FaZe is fucking built. FaZe does win their fucking S&Ds, but let's be real, they fucking have lost a lot of them recently. And especially that 6-0 to Optic or 6-1, whatever.
Let me just cut you off about this whole S&D thing, and I'm sorry to cut you off and everything, but like I need to butt in right now. They just 6-0'd Optic today on Desert Siege. I think LA Thieves might be one.
That's
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And also, if you saw the sender tweet, he was also saying that they were trying to expand their map pool and all this, and I respect that out of Optic. But also, LA Thieves, like they have got like if they can fix their surge, they can take London's spot in my opinion. But I can see FaZe being a top two, top three.
I can see London being in the top 3 towards the end of the season, but right now I have them number 4. Reason why I have them number 4 is because I expected them to go a lot further than what they did. I feel like that team with Gizmo not popping off and being inconsistent like he is sometimes is where that is causing a lot of problems. Nasty looks lost half of the time. I don't see Thieves being lost.
What?
Nasty.
They got top 3 at a major in their first try.
Yeah, they can go get top 3.
That's more than what you expected from them.
No, I expected them to go to the finals.
As a realistic,
I had them in the
realistic
finals.
fan, as a realistic fan, you had them like, come on, dude. Having them in finals wasn't realistic. But as a realistic fan,
if it happened,
they made top 3 in their first try, and they're still performing now. They're 2-0 right now.
But
those 2 matches were with a sub.
But as these go right now, my whole still top 3 list in my mind, and how it's still gonna go at least until the next major, is unless I see something drastic happen in these qualifiers, is right now Optic, FaZe, Thieves. That is how it is. And that's how
Thieves just got 3-0'd by London with the fucking sub, didn't they? Am I tripping?
I could still see, on land, dude. I see a completely.
Am I
different
tripping
thing.
right now?
Because we're talking about where all the money is and everything, bro. I see them 3 still competing top 3 almost every single time.
3-0 with the sub. What are you talking, bro? See, why do we argue? I don't like. He's not making sense, Lucas. He's not, and it's really starting to irritate.
Okay,
he's not making sense.
I'm gonna go ahead and just
sub. They're not.
I'm making this a 5-minute discussion because we need to move on to the rapid fire. I have one more topic I want to talk about before we move on to the rapid fire debates. In my opinion, and I agree, I'm gonna side with Jay on this one. They are not a top 3 team right now. There's just they could be if they fix their search, but like. They are not like they get 3 by London, who we have as like in that top 3, and they take Optic to a 2-3. Like, yes, they're showing signs of life, but like they have got to be more consistent in their search. Optic's taking hard points off them, and it's just
so
not.
So are you all gonna put Ultra ahead of them then?
No,
I don't know. I mean, the last time that they played each other, Ultra won, but I don't know yet.
This is the thing, like, LA Thieves, like, they just need to fix their surge. Their control's not bad, but they played the best control team in the game today. They got fucking 3-0'd. That's all I gotta say. Also, like, they lost to London, too, with a sub, like, and the chemistry would be even better if they had Gizmo. Like, they're not, I think as far as LA Thieves go, Envoy is either popping off, and their team's not doing well, or Envoy's playing bad, the team's popping off.
Makes or breaks that team. Really.
He does. He's the X factor of that team.
Listen. Optic has 30 maps won, 14 losses. FaZe has 33 maps won, 19 losses. London has 27 maps won, 17 losses. Thieves have 25 maps won and 21 losses. So Thieves either have a lot of 3-2 wins or a lot of 0-3 losses.
They're hot or they're cold. Like that might go to day. I think it's honestly a chemistry problem. Like I said, though, I'm giving this one to Jay. Like 5-4 right now is the score line. If you all can tie it up right here, we'll move to rapid fire, and then now we based off whoever wins the whole thing. But we're going to go and say, not counting the top 3 teams, which we just discussed on our podcast. We have a 2-3. Josh, I'm sorry. We're going to be saying the top 3 teams in the game right now are Optic, London, and FaZe. Not in that order, no specific order, but like those are the top 3 teams no matter what. So outside those top 3, who do you see winning a major this year?
Who do I see winning a major?
Yes.
As a people winning a major, out of what I see,
and I'm going to throw my prediction as well on this, because I think this isn't...
Well, let's say this. Out of all of those teams in the pool, that are not in the top three.
Well, let's
That
be
would
real here. We're talking about Seattle. We're talking about Toronto. We're talking about LA.
Toronto's easily gonna win theirs if they. I don't even know if they have one this year.
They do.
But
They're
that
gonna
would be
win.
my pick.
They're gonna win theirs.
That would be my pick.
I could see
Rocker can win theirs too.
Rockers. I can see Rocker winning theirs.
I don't agree with that at all.
And the only other team out of all those that could win is the LA Thieves.
Do you agree with that, Jay, on LA Thieves?
Depending on who Thieves play, I mean, if they have to go against the top 3 teams as we've seen before, they're not. They're 0-3 against the top 3.
This is my problem, Josh. With the I'm gonna base this discussion.
Actually, they're 0-4 against the top 3 teams.
I'm gonna base this discussion about LA Thieves on our. I'm gonna base this discussion right here, based on the points. Whoever wins this discussion, we have 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in this conversation. LA Thieves. Yes, they are 0-4 against top teams, but the way that they're a middle of the pack, they're exactly like they're like the 6th man in the league. Like they are breaking the top sometimes, but like they also haven't beaten any of those teams. And I can't with the way that they shit on the bad temes. They they lose to the bad team. They lose to the good teams. They shit on the they get shit on by the good teams.
Are we allowed to pick one or not?
Well,
no, only one. Only one.
Then if I had to pick one to be secured on a pick, it would be Toronto. Hands
I mean,
down.
I think we're all in agreement to be Toronto. Like Jay even said, I can see Toronto winning theirs or winning one. But LA Thieves, as far as this goes, like I see them being too high. Like I see them being that 2 or 3 seed in their pool, to where they play a good team too early and get sent to losers bracket and get sent home early. And I don't see them making that run. That's just me. Does anyone want to like rebuttal that?
So let's rephrase the question then. Out of the teams of London, Boston,
no, not London. They're top 3 teams.
Florida. No. Look. London, Boston, Florida, and Seattle. Which team is more likely to? I don't want to say win the major because I don't even think London would win a major this year. They've already gone the furthest.
If you had to say out of those teams, it would be Boston.
I think Boston would probably make a run.
They can make a run. I don't see them winning this year, though.
If they can keep their hard point where it's at, their search is already good. Their control, I mean, they can, as long as they can keep that as a toss-up, they're good. But their search is good, and if they can keep their hard point really aggressive, like it's been so far, I can see them making some noise. But as far as like the bottom 3 teams, dude, I mean, Thieves could, but it's just like if they run into these top 3 teams, I don't see them winning that. And then if they run into Toronto and losers bracket, that's just their kryptonite, bro. That they're a 2-3-5 team. So it's like
100%. And Josh, what do you think about that?
I mean, I'm gonna be real. What, Rocker winning?
LA Thieves.
LA Thieves. I mean, dude, it's bottom line. I don't think it's gonna matter on the draw. I personally think that they can win one. I think they've had enough close matches that it's only a matter of time before they win one. I don't know which one is gonna be, but I could see them easily winning one, just depending.
I mean, we've seen Optic have close matches all last year, and it was heartbreaking.
Exactly. So I could see this team if they figure it out and everything. I just, the way I look at them is they're just too good on the map not to be in that discussion for not winning.
They have Rocker, Gorillas, in Seattle left on their schedule. If they don't come out of that, out of this 3-0 and make winners bracket, this team might be chalked.
I
agree. I'm gonna award this one to Josh. I think it is gonna depend on the seeding and everything. I think they can win one. I think you convinced me, Josh.
The team's too talented. You're talking
They
about you're
are.
talking
They are.
about
So
some
we're
of the
talking about
best
Kenny.
slayers, and even Dross has proven
We're talking
himself
about
as
Kenny,
a player.
Dross.
How would they do it? Convince me on how would they do it. How would
They
they
would-
win? How would they win the?
They just get
They
better
get
over
hot.
the season.
They get hot on land.
Let's let.
This is the thing. Like I said, the
Wait,
LA
hold on,
Thieves-
hold on.
Let me talk real quick. LA Thieves, they're lacking right now as a team is chemistry. This is a team where Octane just came back in. They're learning to work with that. They're working with that because last year it was fucking Kenny on the main, and now like Kenny versus Octane on how they play main AR is pretty different. Kenny likes to get in the mix. Octane likes to sit back and hold L trigger. We all know that. But what I'm saying is it's going to come down to how Envoy and Octane mesh with Kenny and Draza, and they're not going. I see this team sticking out the whole year together, and if they do, they can get a chip. They're going to build that chemistry, and they have the talent.
They only have three. They only have 3 more chances to get it. You really think that they're gonna get a chip?
I think it's
before,
the league's too competitive. I think like you said, the league's too competitive. I think we're going to see FaZe and one of these majors get out early. I think we are. I think they're going to end up playing Seattle in a losers bracket match.
Let's be real.
I can see that happening.
That's what I'm saying. Like we're going to see FaZe get out
that's
early.
The thing. Like that's what I'm saying. You have to convince me on how it's gonna happen. If they have to play one of these top 3 teams in winners bracket,
the losers run because they were
I think-
already on.
no, it would have to be a loser.
I think they're
It would
going to end
have
up
to be a
playing. They're
losers
going to end
run.
up playing like a London in losers finals, a team who's not experienced as these players on LAN, and they're going to beat them. That's my argument. That's why I picked Josh's argument because I can see FaZe getting out early. And them playing London in the finals, right? Optic got bullshitted and they're out. And they're actually no, Optic's in winners finals. I'm not a fan. Optic's in winners finals right now. This is winners finals 2 versus winners
winners
3.
finals. Optic's not winning. Optic's winning against fucking Thieves. And
That's the thing. Like, it's like the way that the scenarios are gonna the way that they're gonna play out. You're gonna have to beat. You're gonna have to
they're
beat.
gonna win one.
They're not gonna win the major 2. They might win 3 or 4 though.
Yeah, 3 or 4. It's gonna be 3 or 4. It's not gonna be major 2.
They're gonna win in Toronto. They could
win in Toronto. They could win in Toronto.
They can't. They're not winning.
They match up with Toronto.
No, I'm saying they're gonna win the major in Toronto. No,
I think this is the thing though. If we like we all said like Ultra's gonna win their homestand or whatever. This is my thing. Thieves is also Ultra's kryptonite. Ultra has not won a hard point on LAN yet this year.
But they made a top
We've only
4
won
without
LAN.
winning a hard point.
Yes, I understand that, but LA Thieves, if they can get better at search and build that chemistry like I was talking about, they can steal a search in there. Like round 11's a 50-50 every time you go into round 11. It's whoever gets that first blood, however the round goes. No one's been playing how they normally do.
It. I mean, yeah, you can say that they could, but they
That's
haven't
what I'm saying.
done
Like,
it yet.
I could see it happening. Though,
On paper.
I mean, it's easy to see it happening because of the players that they have, but it's not reality. They haven't done it yet. Like I said, they're 0-4 against the top 4, the top teams in the game right now.
Chemistry clicking on how it does with Optic right now. I just think it's gonna click with them later.
I think they can because, like, that team. This is what really made me think about it about the Black Ops 4 year with Kenny, Priesta.
But that was a different year.
This is a totally different game, though.
You don't let me finish this.
Totally different game.
I'm not even talking about the game. Let me finish. I'm talking about Octane had chemistry with Kenny. I think once they rebuild that, then we're talking about our ARs getting better chemistry. We're talking about over time, Envoy learning, fixing their mistakes with Draza, and they're gonna fry. Like that's my opinion. I think they're gonna.
Yeah, but over time, they back then they had a couple. Before they got that good. Remember, they were so close. They weren't even good in the beginning of the Black Ops 4 year. They actually were one game away from missing the fucking Pro League. Yeah. So, and then they didn't win a chip until
they almost made the best bracket run of their Call of Duty history.
Yeah, champs. But I mean, it took them 3 tournaments to win one. So, like, there's not that many tournaments in this season. Like, they're not winning the next one. We can all agree on that one, right? They're not winning the next one. So that means there's 2 left. They're not winning in Toronto.
Well,
like, come on.
I would say there's technically 3 left if you count the mid-season tournament when you throw the challengers players in there.
But that
But
that shit doesn't count, dude.
it counts. It counts.
That
I'd
does
say.
not
Okay, but listen,
count, man.
I
we're
think
running out of time.
we're
We're
on
running out of time.
we're on
That
our
does not
separate
count.
divisions.
I'm the one giving.
That does
I'm
not
the one giving the
count.
points out. I'm giving it a 5-5. This will make this rapid fire debate really interesting. We got the rapid fire debate. We're gonna
He
have
has the
1 minute.
questions, by the way, Jay. We don't even know what these are.
Well, I'm gonna give you all 1 minute to decide.
It doesn't
What
even have to be
we're
a
doing.
minute. Just give an answer.
All right. So this is what I'm gonna start the questions off with.
Shit made my head hurt.
Who is the hottest rookie right now? Go.
Hottest Ricky right now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, you hit me with a weird one.
Are we disqualifying Gizmo?
No,
No.
we're disqualifying Afro though.
I mean, Afro's not a rookie, but are we disqualifying Gizmo because he didn't play the last 2 matches, or
No.
is he in?
No, we're keeping him in there.
I'm gonna say right now as the hottest rookie, it's
Is the hottest rookie mean best rookie?
The best rookie of the year right now. Who's your rookie of the? Who's your
it's gonna
potential
be Cap.
rookie of the year?
Cap.
And the rookie of the year right now is Gizmo.
Okay, let me hear both sides real quick. Y'all got
I mean,
30 seconds
Cap,
each.
Cap, look at what he's done for Breach. Look how he entered into the league. It's been consistent. The only thing he's inconsistent on is control or search. I mean, anything that's a slower game type, he's bad at. But anything with a fucking go, 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 he's got it. I mean, Gizmo has been inconsistent, in my opinion.
Let me hear your take on it, Jay. On Gizmo, why Gizmo is the rookie of the year?
They've both been inconsistent in different game types.
I mean, hold on.
He said, "I need to look at these stats. Give me a."
Because you're tripping.
Am I?
Yeah.
Look at the overall KD.
Because
I think I'm tripping too much.
Their overall KD's the same. Yeah, their overall KD's the same. Hard point stats are pretty much the same.
I need these quick. I need these quick. These are rapid. These are rapid fire. Not where the whole debate. I'm gonna need an answer soon.
I mean, he said Gizmo can't run a sub to save his life. You're funny. I mean, he didn't have a good showing at the LAN. We all know that he was sick, but they still got top 3. So imagine if he wasn't, dealing with all that crap. Probably could have went further in the tournament. I mean, they looked pretty decent against other teams aside from FaZe and Optic. And then on the matches before then, I mean, they pretty much blew everybody out except LAG. I mean, his stats are pretty defining. He's on the rookie #1 tier list right now, currently. But yeah, I mean, that would be.
All right, I'm gonna award this one to Jade just because, the way this is going, Gizmo has had a lot. I don't know if you saw his Twitter, but he's been tweeting. He's had a bunch of personal stuff going on, and I think that Gizmo, when he's at his full potential, is better than Capsule. Also feel like I feel like Gizmo's better.
He's really streaky too. I like Cap.
Yeah,
He's very
I think
exciting.
he's inconsistent. I think he's inconsistent.
But he's very streaky.
So we got a 6-5 right now going to Jay right now. Next question. Minnesota. Is the role change the answer for this team with switching attached to an AR or switching Priest to dose up? Is the answer yes or no?
As this team is just going to be the same thing we thought they are. It's just a dark horse that's going to appear out of nowhere eventually. Doesn't matter about a role change or anything. The only thing that's actually going to make that roster any better is actually a complete roster switch with attached to the helm.
Well, I don't know if it's the answer, but they did look better. I mean, stats are looking better. They're competitive with they were competitive with Ultra. It was a close 3-1. They're still not all the way there in hard point. Their pacing is still off, but I think give Priest a little bit more time on the sub, and he'll be right there with Standy. They played pretty good today though against Paris, so
Paris.
a lot of people would say that Paris threw that away.
This is
I mean,
This is like
Come
Boston
on.
or something. Like this is Paris.
I mean, no. Paris
This
has
is a
been
team that's
making.
won 2
They've been
series out of the
making.
whole year so far. Let's not
They've
act
been
like it's
making.
Paris.
They've been making noise. I mean, it's a new team, honeymoon period. They just made the role switch, and they're looking better, bro. I don't know if it's the answer and that they're gonna win. They're gonna be, a top four team. Oh no, actually no, they're not gonna be a top four team. Top four is solidified, dude. I don't think anybody in the top four is gonna drop off. So pretty much they're playing for top six. Can they continue to be a top six team with this role switch? Yeah.
Lucas.
I'm gonna
like
give this.
that's
I'm
an
gonna.
AR.
I'm gonna give this one to Josh. I really do feel like this team just needs a new look. Like I can't see them breaking that top 5 without a roster change. Like we're all aware this team's been playing together for a long time. Chemistry's there. It's not even the talent. It's just the way they're meshing. It's not working. And like I feel like this role change could lead to a potential switch. Now, next question. Will shoot, let me find it real quick because I wrote it down. Could you see Dave Patty and are Dave Patty and Skies one of the best AR duos in the game right now?
No. Well, I mean, where would you rank one of the best? Is that top 3, top 5?
I would say let's go top 5. Do you think they're top 5
5.
duo right now? And this is AR, as far as AR duos go.
Dave Patty and who?
Dave Patty and Skies.
I mean,
Dave
Patty
yeah,
needed to be in the
I
league.
guess.
The top
'Cause, I mean, you would have number 1 would be Dashi and Illy, Arcides and Celium. Who's another good AR? Kenny Octane. If Octane doesn't shit the bed.
I think Nero and Methods are better than them too.
Is Nero? I thought Nero was the sub.
Nero's
Oh,
the flex.
TJ was running the flex.
No, Nero
Could have
runs the
sworn
flex.
TJ's flex.
No, TJ went to straight sub. At least for the major, he was running that unless they switched to this one.
Yeah, nah. TJ's been the flex. Nero's a sub. Nero and Cap are the subs. TJ's the flex. Method's the main AR.
I think Dave Patty's need to be in league, but I wouldn't name them up there in the top 5.
I mean, it's like he doesn't have any competition because who would rival them? I mean, you got Gunless and Slasher, but I mean they're not performing well.
Until recently.
I mean, Cammy and Insight is above them, right?
Yeah.
We'd put them above them.
I mean, I would honestly say Dave Patty and Skies are better than Gunless and Slasher right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't really have any. Like, they'd probably be right there at 5.
And Josh, you're saying no?
No.
Yeah, I mean, let me hear more about why you're saying no, because I've already got your opinion on everything,
there's not a lot of competition in that AR department, but the biggest thing that I have, the biggest thing that I'm about right now, is more or less the fact. Well, what the fuck just happened?
Are they better than accuracy and Sib?
Are they better in accuracy than Sib? No. Sib's up there right now, still in the top KD, and accuracy has still been popping off. He still has all the ice in the world.
Definitely better than Clay and Krim.
And that's not even a duo anymore right now, possibly. So, like, I mean, dude, the competition, yeah, it's not there completely, but to say that they're better than over half the league, no. I would say Skies is. Dave Patty still has a lot to prove.
No, as a duo.
As a duo, still no.
So, I mean, like, who else is up there?
You have the top 3 teams of those duos. Then you have number 4 with LA Thieves in your opinion there. And then what? You have them?
Toronto,
No,
Seattle.
you have Toronto,
I'm
Seattle.
going.
You even have Breach, in my
Okay,
opinion,
I'm
above
okay.
them.
Next
Wait,
question. I'm giving
no,
that.
no, hell no, not Breach. Breach is not better than.
But
Okay,
they're still,
no.
but they're still
Regardless,
under
regardless,
5.
I
though,
mean,
regardless, though, we all know that, like, in my opinion, LA Thieves have better AR duo, and Ultra have an AR duo. Josh, you convinced me. Your point. On the next question. Oh man, let me think. Let me think what I'm gonna say because I don't have these written down or anything. These are gonna be off the dome.
Then do 5 because we're running short on time.
Yep, I'll do 2 more. So it's tied 6-6 right now.
Make sure we're not even anymore, so we just fucking break break this tie. We keep going back and forth.
I know it's been close for sure. Let me think. Do you think this is the most competitive well, so we've already talked about the most competitive it's ever been. Is this the funnest? Is this the most visually
most exciting COD that we've
most
seen.
exciting COD that we've seen over AW, over BO3? Is this better than those Call of Duties? Like, based off a viewer standpoint, are these better?
I'd say the way the pros are getting kills are pretty insane. But I mean, come on, like jetpacks, uplink was, come on, uplink was live, bro. Like that was a good game mode.
If we're talking about the Call of Duty itself, Call of Duty itself, in my opinion, has completely downgraded as production. If you're talking straight production, this is the best production we have ever had for Call of Duty for a league. It's better than CWL. It's better than MLG. It's better than the last 2 years.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking more about, like, if you are just watching
Just
the
a
game,
viewer
like
just watching
you're
it?
a brand new person to Call of Duty, and you see a game of AW back in the day, not even based off casting, just based off gameplay. You see jetpacks going up in gunfights like this, or you see people mapping people boots on ground.
I still get chills watching the IW tournaments and the AW tournaments, like, and BO3 was lit too. So, even BO4 season was lit, bro. Like, nah, man, nah. So what we've seen so far, no, there's no way this is more exciting than that. No
Josh,
way.
Josh, are you in agreement, or are you
Yeah, I'm in agreement.
all right?
You can't compare this game to those games.
I agree. I completely agree with both of you all. So that means no one gets any points, and we're on to our. Do you want to make the last question? Or you make one? Do you want to do 2 more?
That's the
Break
last
the tie.
one.
This is the last one right here. All right. If y'all can think of anything, just go ahead and throw it out there.
Okay.
Anyone?
Well,
anyone?
it's completely
Anyone?
COD related. Who's
Anyone?
who's the 2 Super Bowl teams going to Super Bowl next year?
Nah, we're not doing
NFC,
that. We're keeping it.
AFC.
No, we're keeping it. We're keeping it.
Hey, these
we're
are
not,
rapid fire. You
we're-
take it
we're-
too
Brady's
long.
back.
No, we're keeping it cold. I want to keep it Call related.
Brady's back.
Hey, the goal of this is to ground
Okay,
it
fine.
to,
No, I got it right here. I got it right here. Who is the best casting duo ever?
Ever?
Ever in Call of Duty? Maven Merc,
Yeah.
Puckett. I'm talking Fwiz. Who is the Benson? Who is the top 2? Who is the best casting duo? Period.
If I had to go,
Benson was a lit one too,
If
bro.
I
It's
had
got to
to
be
go-
Maven and Merc.
look,
Gotta be
Maven
Maven
and Merc will probably have
Yeah.
that in everybody's hearts, but in my heart of hearts of what I wish I could have from back in the day, if we could actually have it again, would be Courage and Puckett. I love Puckett's commentary. I love how grounded and simple he made it, and I love how hyped Courage and outrageous he is. And I think Maven is the reincarnation of what Courage was.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna change my answer. Because
you gave it to me yet.
they're so underrated, and nobody pays attention to
If you
how
say Benson
witty.
in them, I can't.
No,
I can't
no,
support
no.
it.
How witty this dude is, bro. Miles and Chance are are freaking crazy, bro. Dude, just go back and listen to some of the things Miles say, bro. It'll have you cracking up. He is so entertaining. And then Chance is intellectual as hell, dude. Like he has all the stats down. He's never guessing himself like some of the other casters do. He's not thinking. He's very confident in what he says.
Guess himself because Maven says some outlandish shit.
I mean, Miles says outlandish shit too. But Miles,
Miles
is intellectual. Miles is intellectual
like
too.
Maven's talking about shaving his pubes if fucking Ultra wins a major.
They don't talk over each other. We've seen numerous casters talk over each other. Like, I'm just gonna give them some credit because literally no one gives them any credit. They don't like the fact that they're the main casting duo now, but they do a really good job together. They're a fantastic duo.
Mine is still gonna be Courage and Puckett just because Puckett's so well versed in anything and everything he does for casting.
But we all know that the best casting duo is Maven and Merc, bro. Come on.
I mean, hands down. If we had to go pick them, but I'm not gonna pick them just because it's an overrated pick.
Some matches that are. They got some matches casted that are crazy.
It's an overrated pick. I'm not gonna pick that.
Yeah, it's like picking FaZe, you know.
Honestly, disagree with both of you, and I believe that means that who had more points? I forgot.
Nobody. We were tied.
It was a tied. Fuck. Then I gotta pick one, don't I? Oh,
you need to be real and award somebody a point for the Scump and Creme 6 debate, and stop being biased.
Still on that, aren't you?
For just a second, stop being biased.
You're still on that, aren't you? Hey,
yeah, you said you were gonna come back to it. I'm still on.
No, I want to come back to it at a different date. At a different episode
no,
later.
we can come back to it right now.
No, we're not coming back to it right now. It's out of the question. In
all
my opinion,
look.
Benson and fucking Chance were the best. To me, they were the best duo. Do you remember? If you go to Benson's pin tweet, can we just pull that up on stream right now, please? Someone? Because that shit that he casted was live, bro. It was BO4. I'm gonna go to it right now and watch it. Josh, you pulling it up?
You can cast that live.
Okay, listen. And to me, it's Benson and him. But if I have to be completely honest, if we're talking all time, I have to go with Josh. I like Puckett better than I like Miles and Chance. I like what Miles and Chance are doing. I think they're a great duo. So I would compare Puckett with fucking anyone, and it would be better than Chance and Miles. That's just my opinion. You have the W for me this episode, but I played with Benson both you all. I think Benson is probably my favorite caster. So I can have Benson and Courage, no electrical, this straight hype the whole time. I would do it. On that note,
but we all know why.
Well, that's gonna end Lunar Talk.
On that note, I'm gonna end the podcast right here. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like the video and subscribe. We'll be having an episode every day on Sunday. Make sure to tune in, and we will catch you all on the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.